Very good evening to all of you. I'm just waiting for a few more students to join in and then we'll begin the session. Okay, so a few more are joining in. Just give me one more minute. All right, so once again, welcome you all. Very good evening. I hope I'm clearly audible. Please acknowledge through the chat if I'm audible to all of you. Okay, thank you, Akriti. All right, so let's begin. Now, the topic. Okay, thank you. Right, so as you can see, the topic for today is CAT'21 Wake Up series, which you are going to have for all the three sections. We are going to have the quant section today to be discussed. And of course, it will follow up with the DI as well as verbal. Now, why the topic is the Wake Up series? Because you need to understand that if you are really interested in taking CAT this year, then this is like the final wake up call that you can give yourself. Because beyond this, it will be like too late for yourself. So it's like now or never for at least this year if you're aspiring for CAT'21. Now, of course, we understand that we have to really start well in time when we are preparing for CAT because it's a highly competitive exam. One. Second is, it's not just an academic exam because this I tell every CAT aspirant that you need to understand the difference between a CAT entrance exam and any other entrance exam that you take. The biggest difference that you actually realize, which if you don't realize in the beginning of your preparation, is going to be a big hurdle for you, is that it's not just an academic exam. Here, your academic preparation is just one part of your preparation. So what is the next thing? The other thing is your strategy. You are going to be successful in CAT only when both things are kept together well aligned. So when we are talking about the academic preparation, you need to be very well prepared in terms of having a very good strategy in place. Now, what do we mean by these two things? So once you have given yourself a wake-up call and finally you decide on preparing, you need to have a direction. How do I start? So first of all, your academic preparation basically means in the initial stages, first of all, list down all the important topics for yourself, for which you can definitely visit our website also, for which I will share the link in some time. You can visit our website where there you will see the most commonly importantly asked topics in CAT. And when you list down those topics for yourself, start going through the basics. When I say basics, it's not like you are picking up a high-level book or practicing questions or something. When I say basics, I mean a very school-level concept. Something like how do you start with time, speed, distance with just one formula in your hand, and that is distance is equal to speed into time. So that kind of concept, quick revision, which is needed for each and every topic, is the first stage that you need to go through. So this is like taking the first ladder up for your academic preparation. Then the second thing which I talked about was, apart from academic preparation, you need to have your strategy in hand. What do we mean by strategy? Please understand that it's not like any other exam where you are able to attempt the entire question paper. Of course, it will never ever happen. So, of course, your strategy tells you that which particular topic I will take up first when I'm taking the exam, right? How many questions will I be able to cover up from this particular topic? So all that strategy preparation will happen not by academic preparation. It will happen when you're taking mocks. So please understand, if you want to be successful in CAT, there are two things that you need to do. One is get your basic concept clarity utmost clear. All right. Second is take as many mocks as you can, and we will be providing you with enough mocks so that you are well prepared. And when you're reading your basics, okay, so these are the two things I said that you need to start with when you finally give yourself a wake-up call. Now, once you go through the basics of each and every topic, please do not tell yourself that I'm not yet done with the high-level syllabus. I am not yet done with practicing questions. So, am I audible to everyone? Could you please quickly confirm if I'm audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so some problem at someone's end because someone just mentioned that I'm not audible. All right, so some problem at your end, Manish? Right. So when you're going through the basics, I repeat, I said, once you're done with the basic concepts, please do not tell yourself that I'm not done with the high level questions. I'm not done with practicing questions. So how should I take up mocks? That's just an excuse that you're giving yourself. Underline the word excuse. You're just befooling yourself. And this is what goes wrong with almost every CAT aspirant who is not able to make it. They keep telling themselves that I'm not well prepared for mock. So if I'm going to take mock right now, it's going to be a version of a mock which I'm not supposed to take right now. And I'm not prepared for that level of questions. It's an excuse that you're giving yourself, okay? And this excuse is going to really put you down in your preparation. So start taking mocks ASAP so that you need to work on your strategy, because your strategy will come from mocks. So unless you are taking mocks, you won't even get to know what to study. So these two things will always go hand in hand. I hope now I have made my point clear that why they need to go hand in hand, because once you are done with some basic concepts, you take a mock. Mock will tell you that which topic really needs your attention and which will be that topic in which you really did pretty bad. Okay, so that topic you will definitely go back and revise again, because something is really wrong in the basic concept clarity for that particular topic. So not just taking mocks is enough. Some people think that, okay, I have taken 10 mocks, I'm well prepared. Just taking mocks is never going to be sufficient. It's like you have done half the job. When you have taken a mock, you need to analyze it very carefully. And how do we analyze mocks? That also we guide you, at regular intervals, that every mock is going to be analyzed in a different way. So when you take up the first mock, it's going to be a very different analysis. The first mock is going to be like an eye opener for you, that, oh, this topic I thought I really know well, but I'm nowhere in this topic. So those kind of eye openers you might see when you're taking the first mock. Do not ever get disappointed. Okay, the first mock is not your performance mock. The first mock is an eye opener mock for you to realize that which are the topics that I really need to study, which are the topics which are already my strength area. So I can just quickly go ahead with taking advanced level questions in that particular topic. And that particular topic will be your strength area when you are taking CAT exam on that day. Because as I said, you will not be able to attempt the entire question paper. So you need to know which area you are really comfortable with, right? So whatever thinking you have right now, with your comfort zone of a particular topic might completely change after having taken the first mock. For example, if I ask you how many of you are comfortable with numbers, you all will say, yes, of course, I know numbers. What is so big deal about it? But when you start taking questions of numbers, you realize what is CAT number system all about. It is full of a lot of shortcuts. It is full of a lot of concepts which you might have never ever done, because it's neither in school syllabus nor in college syllabus. You might not have done it anywhere. So unless you get guided about that shortcut concept, you can spend hours on that question and you will be nowhere. So whatever right now you are thinking of your comfort zone in a particular topic, might completely change after having taken the first mock. So take the first mock as you are getting to answer yourself what I need to study. Do not ever ask anyone, how do I start preparing for CAT? That answer you will get from here yourself, because it's an answer which vary from person to person. All right. And then when you are well versed with your basics, then come and take the second mock. You must see an improvement, analyze it again find out your weaknesses, again work on it. So it goes like a vicious cycle. And finally, you will see an improvement. And of course, we will always be there to guide you that if your mocks are not improving the way it should, what is it that is going wrong? So we keep guiding you in that particular way. And of course, the basics are well prepared in the classes. You will have shortcut videos available to you because CAT is full of shortcut concepts. Unless you are clear with those shortcuts, you will never be able to have that good speed which you really need, right? So the kind of material that we will be providing you will be well enough to have a very good basic concept clarity, which will be further enhanced with the shortcut videos that we will be providing you to give you an edge in speed as well as accuracy. All right. And then you will have a lot of practice questions to further gain huge amount of confidence in that particular topic. And once you have gained confidence and you want to increase your level of difficulty, you will see practice assignments in which the higher level difficulty questions are also there. So everything is well provided to you. Mocks are also there. And it's not just any mock that will be provided to you. Trust me that when you are taking a mock, that's also a big challenge. Are you taking a mock which is actually like a CAT paper, or you're just taking any random paper? So the mock also has to be very close to the actual CAT level. And that's what you will see in our mocks. Okay, they are well examined, they are well checked, with the trends that have been followed and what is expected to change, because we have been in this field for so many years. So we are now in a very comfortable position to predict what change is going to happen in the next CAT, what kind of questions, what change can they come up with. So this change thing is also very important, which I will be guiding you now. That thing is, when you are using your resource material while solving questions or while attending the class, when you're learning a concept, be curious enough to always ask yourself, or the one who's teaching you that concept, what if this? This what if this is very, very important. Don't just be happy with doing a question. Once you have done a question, you must ask yourself, what if this changes in the question? What if this information was missing in the question? What if this additional information was there in the question? How will my answer change? With those thoughts coming in your mind, actually you're moving in the right direction. Because understand, the question that has already been there in CAT once is never going to be repeated the same way. It will definitely be asked with some slight changes. So when you yourself are curious enough for those changes, you're moving in that direction. So what did I say was, we can predict those changes that we can expect in the next paper is exactly what I told you right now. All right. So with all this kind of a direction for yourself, that after you have given yourself a final wake-up call, and I'm using the word final wake-up call because otherwise, beyond this, it's going to be too late for you to start, because it's not just preparing certain topics. It's about a regular, gradual improvement that needs a lot of time. So you will be studying some concepts, you will be taking some sectional test, you will get the hold of that topic, you are side by side, your mocks are going on, those mocks are guiding what I need to again study, and then you see gradual improvement in the mocks. Finally, you come up with your strategy in hand. All this needs time. And now I'm sure the next question that might come from your side is, are we late? The answer is no, you're not late. It's just the right time to start preparing. Beyond this, certainly you will be late. Okay, because all this will take some time for you to have a clarity of how to go about it. All right, any doubts till here? Okay, so to understand all this concept that I told you in the form of guiding you about the preparation. Now, what I'll do is I'll take up some questions with you. And in those questions itself, you will see what I've been discussing with you, the way you should be preparing, the way you should be solving questions. What do I mean by those basics when I talk about the basic concept? What is so typical about basics of CAT? So that you will see for yourself when you're solving some questions. All right, so shall we start with questions? Anyone has any doubts? All right, so let's begin with the questions then. Yes, of course. So that's what I said. Okay, here comes a doubt from Smriti. Of course, Smriti, that's what I said. The questions will never repeat with the exact numbers. And the questions that have been repeated a lot of times are the ones which are the ones we always tell that this is the most important concept that you need to do. So what I'm talking about is, Smriti, of course, the questions. See, there are certain questions which CAT keeps repeating. There are certain topics which CAT keeps repeating. And understand, Smriti, everyone is smart enough to be well prepared with those questions. Right, Smriti? So understand it's a competitive exam. If you are aware of a question that CAT keeps repeating, the other person is also aware of the same. All right. So whatever you are going to prepare, the other person is also going to prepare. So what gives you an edge over the other person, Smriti? What gives you an edge is the unpredicted questions. Right, Smriti? So that's what I was telling you. Obviously, the most predicted questions, everyone will be equally prepared, but it's a competition. You need to be better than others. And what makes you better than others is if you are able to predict what are those unpredictable questions, which, the other one doesn't know because that person has not been guided that way. So here comes our job. How do we guide you with the kind of probable questions that you can see? And that you will see in a lot of forms, as I said, that you will see in the online classes that we will take. So while we are doing a particular topic, we keep guiding you, this is kind of a question that might be expected. With this change, they can ask the same question can come with this slight change. So we keep guiding you about this when we are doing that topic in the class. Second, you will find those changes in our practice assignments. Third, you will find the shortest way to solve such questions in our shortcut videos. Right, Smriti? Is your doubt clear now? All right. So let's begin with some questions now. And I just suggest that everyone should participate in answering the questions, because if you will participate, only then you will be better guided. And I will also get to know how much concept is clear to you. And accordingly, we can have a discussion. So the first topic which I have taken up for today is the money math questions. What do we mean by money math question? Is like a daily transaction that you do. You go to market, you buy some things, there's a profit loss happening, someone is using a wrong weight. So these are the real life situations. Money math, when actually dealt as a real life situation, is the best way to handle. Please remember this point, what I'm saying. Whenever you're dealing with money math questions, try to think about it as if it's happening in your real life. You will be able to relate with that question better, and you will be able to get the answer also really quickly. So let's see this in the next question. Everyone, please give it a try. Yes, anyone has an answer? Diksha, Akash, Akriti, Akshit, Chahat, Kamal, Kanuj, Kapil, Kashika. Anyone has an answer? Meghna, Vanchika, Sonika, Simranjot. We have a lot of people here. Some answer from anyone, please. Even if you are not very sure about your answer, just try it out. Okay, so you've got the answer as 75. Akash has got it as 19.5. Any other answer? I've got two answers here. Okay, you want to change your answer? Okay. Akriti and Naina have given the answer as 15. All right. Okay, so 15 is the correct answer, which, yes, very good. Yes, so the question is, Akash, I will discuss this point also. This is also one of my discussion points. First of all, you will realize that English also plays a very important role when you are taking up questions of quant. If I say a word increase in price, and if I say a word increased price, is there a difference or the two things are the same? Here it is increased price. If I use the language increase in price, is it the same or is it a different meaning? Of course, they are different. All right. You need to be very careful about what is it that is being asked. So I'm just taking a random example. Suppose your old price was 12 rupees and your new price is suppose 18 rupees. And if I ask you this, what is the increased price? You will say 18 rupees. If I ask you this, what is the increase in price? You will say the price has gone up by 6 rupees. So the increased price for my example is going to be 18 rupees and increase in price is going to be 6 rupees. So first of all, please do not make a mistake in understanding the question. All that they are asking you is what is the new price? Okay. Now, as I said, every money math question must be handled by relating it to your real life. So imagine yourself, you always go to the market to buy some apples and you always carry rupees 300. That's what the question is saying. And you are able to buy some apples. But today, when you went, it was a surprise for you. What was the surprise? The price went up by 30%. Now, if you want to buy the same quantity of apples, you were supposed to carry extra money. What was that extra money? 30% has increased. So 30% of 300. What is 30% of 300? 30% of 300 is 90 rupees. You were supposed to carry this extra money, but you were not carrying it, right? So what did the shopkeeper tell you? Shopkeeper told you that because you are not carrying this extra money, so you will have 6 kilograms of apples less today. What does that mean? The two things are equal. That is why you came to a consensus with the shopkeeper. So that means 90 rupees is equal to the price of 6 kilograms of apples today. Today means we are talking about the new price because this happened today when you were surprised to know that the price went up by 30%. So I repeat, what happened in the question was the price went up by 30%. You were carrying 300 every day. Today, you were supposed to carry extra money. That is 90 rupees, which you were not carrying. So the shopkeeper made a comparison with you that fine, if you're not carrying that 90 rupees, you will get 6 kilogram less apples today, which brings us to this situation. The new price of 6 kilograms of apples is 90 rupees. So what is the new price of 1 kilogram? 90 divided by 6, which is 15 rupees. Are we clear with the question? Yes. So this is what I had been discussing, that the question of money math, when related as if you are in that situation, becomes very easy to understand. Are we done with the question, everyone? So the answer to this one is 15 rupees. Okay, let's take the next one then. So just remember, what happened here was an equality that happened. What was the equality? The equality that happened was the extra money got equated with the quantity of apples he denied you to take that day. Try this. Again, try to relate this question with real life. You will get to know. Yes, any answers? Okay, Akshit says 12% profit. Simran says 25%. Simran, what? 25% profit or loss? Shahrukh says 12%. Akash says 15% profit. Smrit says 12% profit. Okay, so 12% profit is the most likely answer which everyone is trying to give. Let's see. How will I make this question look very familiar to you, as if you are in that situation? Because I'm not trying to make you solve any question technically, because what I said was most of the money math questions can be solved you bringing real life into picture. So let's see that if that can work for this question also. Question says, a shopkeeper claims that he sells his goods at a loss of 8%. But so he's pretending to the customers as if he's a poor guy, he's bearing a loss of 8%, to make the customers get benefited. But in reality, he's cheating them. How is he cheating them? He's giving them 800 grams in place of 1 kilogram. So he's using a wrong weight. So technically, this question comes under the category of wrong weight. So he's cheating the customers by using a wrong weight. But everything is not just in his favor. Wrong weight is in his favor for sure, but bearing a loss is against him. So we have to see the effect of both together. How do we do that? We can start this question by making a realization that the question is just asking for percentage. Please remember this. Whenever a question asks for percentage as an answer, do not ever unnecessarily brings variables into picture. You can always bring a simple number like 1 or 10 or 100, because the answer will not change. So there is no need to bring unnecessarily X into picture. What I'll say is, let's suppose the price of 1 gram is 1 rupee. Okay, so let the price of 1 gram is 1 rupee. Now, how much is going away from his shop in reality is 800 grams. What goes away from the shopkeeper is his cost. What he has invested is 800 rupees, because 1 gram I have taken as 1 rupee. Now comes the selling price. To the customer, he pretends that he has received 1 kilogram. That means the customer thinks that he has received 1000 grams. So the customer thinks that he is supposed to pay 1000 rupees. But then he makes a pity face saying that, fine, I will bear a loss of 8%. So I'm giving you a discount of 8%. So the customer feels happy that he has to pay 8% less, which means he has to pay 92% of this quantity. So what is 92% of 1000? 920 rupees. Now it's a simple calculation left for you. How much is the profit happening in this entire transaction? 120 rupees. But the question is asking for profit percentage. Please remember, profit or loss percentage is always calculated on the cost price. So 120 rupees is the profit. Cost price is 800. As a percentage comes out to be 15% as the final answer. Are we clear? So this is how you handle these questions. Of course, we took some time because we were understanding the concept for the first time. But after having understood it once, you can be very, very quick with handling these questions. Are we clear? So let's quickly try to attempt the same question without too much of detailing. How will you target this question quickly? The wrong weight will be my cost price. What is being pretended will be my selling price. If the customer is getting any discount, this will go down. If there is no discount, then this will be the selling price. Yes, the customer is receiving a discount of 8%. So this will go down and will become 920. So the profit is 120 and profit percent is 120 is what percentage of 800? And the answer is 15%. So that's how you target the questions of wrong weight. Are you clear? All right, great. Let's move ahead. So remember, wrong weight questions are to be handled keeping in mind a shortcut. What's the shortcut? The wrong weight becomes the cost price. The pretended weight becomes the selling price. The selling price will further go down if there is a discount being offered. Otherwise, it remains as it is. Try this. This question I have picked up from number system. We all are comfortable with numbers. So let me just recap the first two questions. So do you agree that in the first two questions, did I make my point very clear that money math questions are very well understood if you try to relate with real life? How many of you now agree with that point? Yes. Do you guys agree with that point? That money math? Great. So money math questions can be made very easy. So keep that learning for yourself, not just for today's session, for the entire preparation that you will have in CAT. Keep that in mind that whenever you're handling a money math question, try to think as if you are the shopkeeper or you are the customer. I'm guaranteeing you the question will be very clear in your mind. All right. So good that you guys agree with that. Now, try to attempt this question from number system. We are moving on to the next topic now. All right. Thank you, Ms. Khan. Please try this question. Now, it's a question that can be attempted very quickly. Now I'm going to prove a point which I said in the beginning, that number system, everyone thinks that, oh, I know numbers. What is so big deal in number system questions? And I told you that there are a lot of shortcuts hidden in the questions of number system. So here, if you know a shortcut, you will be very quick with the answer. Like Rishabh just answered the question. If you don't know the shortcut, then you might struggle with this question for a few minutes and you will waste your precious time. You might get the correct answer, but landing into that correct answer, if you have taken a lot of time, remember CAT, time is very, very important. In that same time duration, if your attempt can go higher, you will be placed higher than others. It's a competition, right? So what's the shortcut? The shortcut that this question makes use of is a very nice shortcut which talks about adding odd numbers starting with 1. So 1, 3, 5, 7. So you're just adding odd numbers and you're stopping somewhere. All right. Now, a lot of people get confused with this shortcut as if this number is very important. No, this number is not important, the ending number. So that is why I'm not giving it the name n. I'm calling it the ending number so that you don't get confused. So you ended somewhere. When you added these odd numbers, what is important for me is how many odd numbers got added. So the quantity of odd numbers that you added is called as n. So for example, I end here. Then you will say, what is the quantity of odd numbers added? 3. So my n will be 3. If I stop here, you will say, I've added 4 odd numbers. So n will be 4. A lot of people get confused as if it is the last number. No. N is the quantity of numbers that you have added. And then the shortcut for their sum. Anyone knows? It is always n square. You can see that for yourself. What is 1 plus 3 plus 5? It's 9. What is it square of? I have added 3 numbers. It is square of 3. What is 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7? It's 16. What is 16? It is 4 square. What does it match with? I added 4 numbers and it is square of 4. Is the shortcut clear, everyone? Okay, so the shortcut says that when you are adding odd numbers starting from 1, you quickly see how many odd numbers have you added. Its square will become the sum. Let's utilize this shortcut here. Suppose I add 1, 3, 5, 7 up to 200. Obviously, the last number will be 199, but please do not get confused to use n as 199. Please remember, if you are adding odd numbers up to 200, odd and even come alternately. So up to 200, how many odd numbers have been added? Obviously, up to 200, half of them will be odd, half of them will be even. So there are 100 odd numbers that you have added. So what is this sum going to be? It is going to be 100 square. Keep this as the first information. Now, repeat the same thing for a sum up to 20. So up to 20 means I will be ending at 19. Again, do not get confused to take n as 19. N is how many odd numbers have you added here? How many odd numbers have you added up to 20? Again, the same logic. From 1 to 20, half are odd, half are even. So there will be 10 odd numbers that you have taken here. So their sum has to be 10 square. My question is asking for a sum from 20 to 200, taking all odd numbers. Can I say that from this sum, this is being excluded? Isn't it the same thing? So using the first and second information, you quickly get to know that the answer that I'm looking for is 100 square minus 10 square, which is 10,000 minus 100, which is 9,900 till here. So this much of the question I have answered for you. Anyone has a doubt till here? So it was a quick answer till here. Of course, if you know the shortcut, then you are very quick with it. Otherwise, you will keep struggling with all kinds of AP, GP formulas and then, struggling with that concept. Are we clear? Now, this is the answer itself. This portion is just given to confuse you. Can you tell me why? Excluding those which are multiples of 12. Why is this a redundant information given here? Very good, Smriti. We are taking odd numbers. Excluding means removing the numbers which are multiples of 12. None of the multiples of 12 will be odd numbers. There is nothing to exclude. They have given you this information just to confuse you. All right. So keep that clarity in your mind. A multiple of 12 will be an even number. There is nothing to be excluded. So the answer is 9,900 itself. Is everyone clear with the question? And I hope the shortcut is also clear that when you are adding odd numbers, the quantity square will always give you the sum. All right, great. Shall we take up the next question then? Okay. So just keep that simple logic in your mind. What is that simple logic? The quantity of odd numbers added, its square is their sum. With this shortcut, the question becomes very manageable. Try this. It's a question which I have picked up from algebra. Any answers? Again, it's a question that can be very easily solved if you are striking it right. Okay, at least one person has answered. Anyone else wants to give the answer? The question's shortcut is use options. Okay, so I'm giving you a hint. Options are going to make this question look very, very simple to you. So let's get back to the question. Very good. I can see a few of you giving the correct answer. That's pretty nice because very few people give correct answer to this question. There is again a real life concept coming into picture. So in this throughout session, I'm going to just make it very clear to you that CAT is not like a rocket science. It's almost simple, plain logic. If your mind is very clear of the basic concepts, then you can very easily be successful in CAT. This is also a simple real life question. What goes wrong with people is that they don't realize something very commonly seen in real life. That is, yes, Akash, just see this and then you will definitely change your answer. Okay, Akash? So, Naina, yes, your answer is correct. Smrith, your answer is obviously half information. Akash, just listen to this information. I'm sure after that you will definitely change your answer. So, Akash, you tell me, if you place, I'm picking up a real life situation. If you place 3 flower pots, okay, you are beginning with a flower pot and you're ending with a flower pot. You place 3 flower pots, each at a gap of 5 meters. How much distance have been covered in this process? Akash, how much distance has been covered in this process? 10 meters. Is it 5 into 3 or 5 into 2? Do you now realize your mistake? It's 5 into 2. What we think in our mind is there are 3 flower pots, so the distance covered is 5 into 3. But we forget that we are beginning with a flower pot and we are ending with a flower pot. Take another example, Akash. So suppose I am putting 4 flower pots, each at a gap of 5. So when I'm putting 4 flower pots, each at a gap of 5 meters, what is the distance covered by me? 5 into 3, not 5 into 4. Is that concept clear, everyone? And why is it happening is because you're beginning with a flower pot and you're ending with a flower pot. It's a real life situation. You can just visualize this. So when you are using 4 flower pots and you're placing them each at a gap of 5 meters, the length that you cover is not 5 into 4, it's 5 into 3. Now this logic tells me that I can quickly eliminate options and see which one is working out. Let's read the question now. A farmer decides to fence along one side of the property, so he plans to place several posts at 6 meters gap, with posts fixed at both ends. Very important information. After buying the material, he found that the number of posts with him was 5 less than needed. So this plan didn't work. Then he came up with another plan. Then he finds that the number of posts he had bought would be just sufficient if he puts them at 8 meters gap. So we just go with the second situation. The first situation never worked for him. So we can just ignore the first situation and start solving the question from here. He is buying some material and he's keeping them all at a gap of 8 meters each. And while doing that, obviously he will be able to cover some length. And I already know the connection now. If the number that he bought is N and the length that he is covering is L, please do not make this mistake. It's not going to be like this. We have already seen that it's going to be 8 multiplied with N minus 1. That will match with L. Are you clear with this connection that we found in reality? Like you can see for here itself. The number of flower pots I have used are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And how much length has been covered is 8 into 4. Which option is making this happen? The options are telling you the length as well as the number that he is buying. Let's try options now. For the first option, the number that he bought is 15 and he's keeping them at 8 meters gap. So the length should be 14 into 8. Is 14 into 8 equal to 100? No. First option is eliminated. The number that he bought is 16. So the length covered should be 15 into 8. Is it equal to 100? No, it is not. Second option is also eliminated. The number that he bought is 15. So the length should be 14 into 8. Is it equal to 120? No, it is not. Third option is also eliminated. What about option number 4? The number that he bought is 16. So the length covered should be 15 into 8. Does it match with 120? Yes, it does. So the right answer is option number 4. Is that clear, everyone? So there was no need to make complicated equations. There was no need to create 2 situations. It was just a simple question that could have been handled by using one simple logic that we repeatedly tell our students while they are preparing. Please use options wherever possible. So that's the learning you take from this question. In fact, 2 learnings. Every time you see a practical situation happening, again, try to relate with your visualization of real life. Second, Do not ever ignore that options can make your life very simple. And the time that you save by not creating complicated equations, but quickly getting the answer using options, can be invested in some other question, which will increase your attempt. And with every more correct question attempted, you are raising your percentile. And of course, that's what is needed. Are we clear with the question and the knowledge that we get out of it? Yes, quickly tell me a yes or a no. All right. Akash, did you get to know where you went wrong? Very good. Okay. So Akash, good that you tried, because once you make a mistake, in fact, making a mistake is much better than giving the correct answer in the first go. Because when you give the correct answer in the first go, you definitely gain confidence, but definitely you don't remember it as if it happened with me, that I gave a wrong answer, and this is what I need to always remember. So that's always better. Making mistakes is always a better thing when you are preparing. Of course, not when you are taking the exam. So the knowledge that we get from this question is never ever ignore options. Try this. I'm not going to leave real life behind. Again, it's a question that has already been asked in CAT. Again, you see a real life concept coming into picture. So I am definitely going to make you realize and agree with this by the end of the session, that CAT will definitely ask you questions which you can very easily relate with real life. And it's not a rocket science. You need to just have a clear mind to understand the question. Very good, Nana. That's correct. Yes. Anyone has an answer? So I've got one answer by now. Anyone else would like to answer? So Sam, I think there is a typo in your answer. Is it? Okay, Smith says 8, Rishabh says 6, Sam says 25, quite a wide variety of answers. Okay, so the real life concept which is getting utilized in this question is that when fresh grapes dry out, why do fresh grapes dry out? When grapes are lying in your house and you don't keep it refrigerated, after some time they dry out. Why do they dry out? They dry out because the water content goes down, right? Real life logic. The water content goes down. What doesn't get changed when the same grapes are drying out is the pulp, the dry material, the matter in it. All right. That means if I can just target this question by saying that grapes have got two things in it. One is the water content, and the remaining portion. The remaining portion you can call as the pulp or the material or whatever you can call it as. Okay. So the water and the leftover material part which is there in grapes. So these are your fresh grapes that you start with. They will have some water content and some leftover portion if you squeeze out all the water from it. So none of the answers are correct yet. That is why I'm not acknowledging the answers. So let's look at the solution now. So only Nana gave the correct answer. After that, none of the answers have come out to be correct. No, Mandeep, this is also not correct. Now, the real life logic which I said was when the grapes dry. Yeah, that's what Sam I said. I could see that your answer had just a typo. Correct. All right. So when the grapes dry, what happens? The water content will definitely go down, but the leftover thing that you are talking about, the leftover matter that you are talking about, will remain same. So the logic of the question is these two are always going to remain same. All right. The water content definitely goes down, but the matter part in the fresh grape and the dry grape is always going to be equated. That's the logic of the question. So now let's start solving it. The question tells you that you begin with 20 kilograms of fresh grapes. So this is the fresh grape that you begin with, out of which there is some water and some matter. There is 90% water. So what is 90% of 20 kilograms? It's 18 kilograms, which is water. And the remaining is 2 kilograms, which is the matter part. Now, your grapes dry out. We don't know what is the total weight of these dried grapes. That's what the question is asking. But again, this has got some water and some material. Water is now 20%. So if water is 20%, the material part is 80% of X, because X is the total weight of the dry grape. And I already told you that these two things are to be equated, because the matter part is going to remain same even after the grapes dry out. So what is my equation? 2 is equal to 80% of X. So what is this X that you are looking for? It's 2.5 kilograms. Everyone clear with the answer? So the calculation part I can write here. 2 is equal to 0.8 times X. So X is equal to 20 divided by 8, which is 2.5. Any doubts? So now I think you will be quick with this question the moment you see it next time. All that you have to do in such a question is target on the material part in the fresh grape, target on the material part in the dry grape, and equate it quickly. So let's redo this question quickly now. The water content is 90%. So the remaining part is 10% of 20, which is 2 kilograms. This is the fresh material part. Now the dry material part. Water is 20%. So the dry material part is 80% of the weight that you're looking for. So this is what you target quickly in one go. So what is this X? 2 divided by 0.8, which is 2.5 kilogram is the answer. Everyone clear with the shortcut also? Yes. Quickly tell me yes or no. Okay. So almost everyone gave the wrong answer to this. Only 2-3 people gave correct answer. So I hope now it's clear, everyone, that how do you target this question. Try this. Again, a very simple logic-based question. Give it a try. So it's a similar logic-based question as the previous one, same percentage coming into context. I'm sure everyone can give it a try. Okay, Smrit says 45 is the answer. Any other answer? Kapil says no, 60 is the answer. Okay, I've got two different answers, 45 and 60. Any more answers? Yes, Diksha, your answer? Ibrahim, Kamal, Kanuj, Lavish, Divyansh, Akshit. Okay, so now most of you are saying 60. Some are still saying 40. So again, there's some confusion between 40, 60. Okay, 65 is also one of the answers. Let's see this question. Is it really difficult? Of course not. It's just that a very small, simple mistake almost everyone does here. In a 300-liter mixture, there's 10% water. So what is 10% of 300? It's 30. So there is 30 water right now, 30 liters of water. You need to add some more water to it. So that some more quantity is missing in the question. So that this quantity of water becomes 25% of the total mixture. 25% is best understood as 1/4 of the mixture. This is where people make a mistake. All those who have not got 60 as an answer, Your mistake is you have written 300 here. See practically what have you done wrong. Your jar was containing 300 liters of mixture in which there was some water and something else also. You added some more water to it so that the percentage of water goes up. But please remember, you are adding water in this jar itself. So the total will also change. How can you keep the total same as 300? The total will also become 300 plus X. So the mistake is people forget that this X liters of water which is getting added, it is not just increasing the water content, it is also increasing the total content. So let's rewrite this equation correctly. So when you don't make a mistake, then you write it like this. There was 10% of water already present in 300 liters of mixture. So it's 30 liters of water right now. You add some more water to it so that it becomes 25%, which is 1/4 of the total quantity of water now in the jar. So this is the right way of solving the question, right? Now, can you find the answer again? So 25% is 1/4. That's the only logic I've applied in using this calculation. Everyone try this question again now and tell me the right answer. Those who got answers like 45, 90, and so on. Yes, quickly tell me the answer again. Correct. So the answer comes out to be 60 liters. Everyone got it? So now it is the correct answer. So what is the learning from this question? The learning from the question is obviously, again, a very simple logic. The logic is that be careful about what you are visualizing. Are you again agreeing with me that visualization is very, very important? Okay. So there are two things which I have been able to highlight in almost every question is that real life relation of the questions really works well for you. Second thing, which I think I have been able to make you realize is visualize your question. Try to see the visualization of the question, and then you will never ever miss out on making something getting, out of your hands. You are making a wrong equation or you're missing out a concept. Nothing of that sort will happen with you. Just keep these two things aligned whenever you are solving questions based on quant. And again, visualization will play a very important role in DI also. But yes, of course, you will have a separate session on DI. So of course, we can have that discussion. You guys can have a discussion there. Now, I'm just quickly making you aware of the details of the courses and the batches that you can avail. And then we can again make some discussion. So this is the important information which I wanted to give you guys. So we are coming up with two batches, the weekday batch, which is starting from 18th of June, and the timing is from 7 to 8:30. Yes, Adesh, we can definitely look into it. So the timings are from 7 to 8:30, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The weekend batch, which is starting from 4th of July, and Saturday and Sunday, of course. Saturday, you'll have two sessions, and Sunday, you'll have one session. So these are the batch timings and the batch details. You can definitely take up whichever suits you best. And what you will be offered in the course is what is listed on the screen right now. And what is the importance of each and every content here, that's also very important for you to understand. So you'll have 85 plus live classes, obviously 3 classes in a week because you need to cover up all the 3 sections. And the classes will be interactive, the one that you had today. So you will definitely be having a very interactive session in which the topic will be taught first, and then you will be doing some questions. First, we definitely give you a chance to solve the question, and then we tell you that which could have been the best way of handling that question. If there is a shortcut available, then we provide you with that shortcut. If there is a probable mistake that most of the people do, we make you aware of that mistake so that you don't do it. So all these kind of interactions happen in those live classes. And then, of course, we can take your doubts side by side. Then you will have 135 plus national mocks, CAT and non-CAT. So, of course, as I already told you, these national mocks are extremely close to the actual level of CAT that you will see. So that you're not befooled with taking an easy test and thinking that you are well prepared. So we make you realize in reality where you stand so that you can actually check your national percentile in reality before you actually land up in taking mock. And then when you finally take up CAT, you already know where you stand so that you have good enough chance to improve yourself. But again, taking mocks is very, very important. Only then you will be able to see that improvement in yourself. Okay, so I will be taking up all these specific doubts. Just give me one minute to finish this off. So you'll have hundreds of chapters wise and area wise test. Okay, Abraham, let me read your doubt. Okay. All right, I'll just take that doubt, Abraham. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. All right. So you think that
Hello,
only
ma'am.
3 classes in a week? Okay, I'll definitely take
Hello,
up this.
ma'am.
Yes, Adesh.
What about, ma'am, e-books, ma'am, physical books, ma'am?
So I'll clarify all that. Just give me 1 minute. I'm not yet done with whatever material you will get, Adesh. Okay, just give me 1 minute, Adesh. Now you will have 250 plus shortcut videos and you'll have more than 10,000 practice questions. So here comes your answer, Adesh. In these practice questions, so I was telling you that they are in the form of your ebooks in which your practice questions are there, practice assignments are there, the concept is explained to you. So all this will be provided to you. You don't have to run around for any kind of material. So see, you are having everything. You're going to have the practice questions, the written material, you will have the shortcut videos, you will have the national mocks, and of course online classes will be there. You will also have chapter wise and the area wise tests. So everything will be provided to you in a portal wherein you can definitely access it, and it will always remain there till you are done with all your papers. All right, so Smith, I'll take up your doubt. And this is the pricing which is displayed on the screen, and you can definitely avail it at the discounted price. So I think, Adesh, that's what you were asking, Adesh, right? So here comes again your answer, what you were asking. And I've shared this link in the chat. You can see that. So this link is the link to our website. You can definitely scroll through it and see for more details if you want. And there is a contact number also, which is shared on the screen and also in the chat. If you have any further query, you can definitely make a call at this number. All right. Now coming to your specific doubt. Adesh, I think I have answered both your questions, right? So the material will be provided to you and you will be given a discount also, which I have displayed on the screen. So in case if you still have any further query, Adesh, you can definitely make a call at the number which I've provided you. Smrit, your doubt. See, if you are a first-time CAT taker, I think I started today's session by acknowledging the fact that almost everyone is like a first-time CAT taker here. All right. All those who have already taken CAT are actually well versed with what do I mean by this strategy. So what I had been explaining in detail and the time which I said is good enough, provided you start right now. Smrit is actually for the ones who are the first-time CAT takers. So do not worry. Do not think that you are lagging behind. It's our responsibility that within the limited time frame that you start, right, you will definitely be able to get through it. It's just that yes, Diksha, you can definitely inquire about that, right? Because it will be something specific that you will have to ask. All right. So Adesh, that's what I'm saying. So you almost everyone is going to be treated like a first time CAT taker, because we can't say that we can't assume that you have already taken CAT. So of course, how do we begin with a session? So Adesh and Smith, you both have asked the same doubt. We begin the class by not just questions. Today was just a demo class. So we just took up random questions to give you a clarity of what kind of questions come in CAT. But actually, when you have online classes, there will be a particular topic picked up. You will first be taught about the basics of that topic. We will discuss the entire theory, and then we will start with the questions. So the basics are covered in the class itself, and then we do the practice questions. All right. And then we take doubts side by side. The material which is provided to you is to be used as a practice session after you have attended the class. And of course, you can speed up and you can do it prior to the class also. Nothing like it that you cannot manage it. And watching those shortcut videos will further give you an edge. And definitely with all this, we have been doing it for so many years that this much of the material which we are providing is going to be more than enough. That's what I just answered, Diksha. So 5 to 6 months of preparation, is it enough or not? That's your doubt, Diksha. So see, it depends. With 5 to 6 months of preparation with a proper guidance, or 5 to 6 months of preparation in a random way. There is a huge difference. So Diksha, when you are coming to us, you are taking a 5 to 6 months of preparation underlined with a guidance, with a proper guidance, wherein you have expertise in the form of material, in the form of faculty, in the form of mocks. Everything is provided to you with all the expertise. So in that case, yes, 5 to 6 months of preparation is going to be more than enough. It's just that the only thing which is needed from your side is that you guys, remain dedicated enough, that you are utilizing the resources which we are providing you. You are practicing the questions. And if you happen to miss any class, the recording of the session will always be there with you. So if you are just committed with this much, if you're just showing this much of commitment, that if you happen to miss a class, you go through the recording and you ask your doubts, you practice the questions, you're using the resource materials given to you, then definitely this much is going to be enough for you. You will not have to run around for anything more. All right. So that is our job, that we make you get prepared in this much of duration. But of course, you can't delay it any further. So the batches which we are coming up with is obviously keeping in mind that how much time frame you guys will need. Even a beginner who has no idea will take that much of time frame, and that is how the batches have been launched. Okay, Smrit, your doubt is, if you want to offer test series, of course, you can take up the test series also. So definitely we have a Telegram discussion group also, so which you can join. So we provide Telegram discussion group access to all our students, and definitely you can post your doubts there. Right, Smrit? And if you have further queries about it, you can definitely make a call at the number which I gave to you guys.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Adesh.
My questions regarding, ma'am, your webinar, ma'am. I want, ma'am, how to introduce, ma'am, everything about this basic to advanced, ma'am, because I want basic portion and then start advanced, because
that's
if we
what I said.
start,
yeah, that is what I said, Adesh. We never jump to the advanced level concept like that, right? So today was a demo session in which we just took up questions. This is not how your normal classes will happen. So in a normal class, your topic will not always be done in just one session. The first session is going to be the basic session in which all the basics are clear. If that topic is a short topic, it will be done in one session itself. But if that topic needs basic clarity and then the advanced concepts, so the same topic can go on for 2 to 3 sessions also, right? So we definitely know that first the basics need to be clear, only then the advanced level questions can be presented to you. So when you will start attending our classes, you will see that this is how the pattern is going to be for every topic. All right, not just for any specific topic. This we follow for every topic, that we first make the basic concept clear and then we go to the advanced level concepts. But we do cover everything from basics to advanced. Everything is going to be covered, right, Adesh?
yes, madam.
Okay, anyone else has any other doubt?
My one more questions, ma'am. If any things doubts in class time, then how will speak, ma'am?
So the way you're speaking right now, so you will definitely be given the permission to unmute yourself. You can speak up at any time. You can raise your hand. You can put up your doubt in the chat. You have 3 ways of asking your doubt. Any way can be taken up, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. If ma'am, how to, ma'am, ebooks we provide only material books, ma'am. I want, ma'am, if I read purpose, study purpose, then only questions should be provided only ebooks.
So yes, so obviously when you enroll with us, you will be provided with all the material, right? So definitely when you are enrolled with us, you will be given everything.
Ma'am, I question, ma'am, key materials under provide only question booklet or solution,
No, it will
and
have everything. It
introduction
will have
provide
everything.
anything.
It will have everything. Not just questions, it will have solutions, it will have answer key, it will have everything. The guidance and everything will be there. Okay? Not just questions.
Ma'am, yeah, ma'am, one class, ma'am, how many hours, ma'am?
1.5 hours. I had shown you the time in the previous slide. Okay, you want me to go back to the previous slide? So it's a
Yes,
1.5 hour
ma'am.
session. Okay.
Ma'am, evening time classes, ma'am.
Yes. So weekend batches, we have morning time also that you can see, 10:15 to 11:45 on a Sunday. So you can see whichever time is suitable to you.
Ma'am, which time to complete, ma'am, batch, ma'am?
Sorry?
Ma'am, how many month long will go? 18th
So
July, June to start, then when will finish course?
so normally we take around 5 months maximum to finish the course, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, 4 to 5 months will be enough for you to finish the syllabus. So yes, you will be given.
Yes.
Yes. Any other doubt, Adesh, that you have?
No, ma'am. I want to provide me, ma'am, scholarship discount.
So Adesh,
I will
I
join,
would
ma'am.
request that you can definitely make a call at that number which I gave you for any further kind of assistance that you need, right? Beyond what you are asking, which is displayed on the screen. If you have any further special request that you have, then you please call up at the number which is presented on the screen right now. Adesh, I think you have noted down the number.
Yes, ma'am. I taken screenshot, ma'am.
Okay, you can definitely take the screenshot or note down the number, and you're more than welcome to call up at this number. Your special request will be considered by the authorized person. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anyone else has any other doubts?
Ma'am, mock test, ma'am, will take, ma'am, all India or only a simple test will take
No,
test,
no, all
ma'am.
India level. I think I had already displayed it on the screen. It's a national mock, so all India level. All right.
Ma'am, also, ma'am, previous year questions and solution with provide everything
Yes,
in
the mocks will be provided with all the solutions, all the analysis, everything will be provided to you. So we don't provide you any material wherein we have, we will be making you get prepared with everything, with all the details. It is not like, any cord will be left not connected. It's never going to happen with you, right? So you will have free book links provided to you, and it's not just any random book wherein you will have questions only and then you are running around for the answers. No, we understand that creates a lot of panic in the students. So when we are providing you with any kind of resource material, we do provide you with the solutions, with the answer key, with all kinds of guidance. Okay. And Diksha, what you're asking is a very relevant question. How much time consistently you should be devoting is definitely, make it a habit. See, you have to have 3 sections in your hand. So I'm not just talking about quant now, because this is a question that you have talked about in general. So in general, make it a habit that you're reading on a regular basis. You're solving one RC in a day. You're solving one block of DI in a day. You are taking up one topic of quant in a day. So this is how you should be progressing, right? And how much time depends upon your focus. So how much time you're able to invest with complete focus in a day is more important. So if you're investing 3 to 4 hours in a day, in the beginning with all the basic clarity and solving DI blocks or reading an RC, so this will take time in the beginning, and then you will be very comfortable with it, right, Diksha? And for working professionals, it goes the same way. That is why the classes are kept in the evening, and you can definitely prepare for CAT. And I must tell you, Smrit, people feel that if they are working, they cannot devote much time to their preparation. But I have always experienced it vice versa. The kind of responsibility, the kind of commitment that a working professional will have will always be higher, right? So you have an advantage that you don't need a motivation. You are already highly motivated because you're taking up this challenge of coming up with CAT preparation along with your professional career. So obviously that dedication part, that motivation part is already there in you. So half the job is already done, Smrit, right? And definitely whatever is the leftover part is definitely our job. So don't worry about it, Smrit. All right. Yes, definitely, Smrit. This is something which, if you make it as a habit, it will always work as a benefit for you. Right, Smrit?
My one doubt questions, ma'am, only.
Yes.
Only e-materials, booklets, mock test is enough, or anything books also purchased in market, Flipkart, Amazon,
No,
Paytm?
you don't have to. I already said it, Adesh. You don't have to run around for any other material. So whatever we're going to provide you is going to be more than enough. Okay. So just have that much of trust that we are going to provide you enough material. So when you are able to handle that much, that is also going to be more than enough for you. Right? Definitely, Smith, you can do that. Yes, so we take up into consideration that there are students who would like to prepare for other exams as well, right? So we keep that in mind, that some of you are going to be appearing for TISNET, ZAT and all. So we have special separate workshops for these kind of tests. But yes, understand that CAT is the highest level exam. So when you're preparing for CAT, you're already well prepared for other exams also. But yes, keeping in mind that some of the exams have some specific topics like GK is there, and some decision making topic is there. So we have special separately launched workshops for these kind of exams. All right, Abraham? Bhumika, I
Ma'am,
think you
please make
joined
sure
in
that
late.
ma'am.
Adish, just a minute. So, Bhumika, I think you joined in late. We took up this topic right in the beginning of the session itself, that you should start taking mocks right away. Okay, so do not ever think that you will wait for your syllabus to get clear, your syllabus to be in your hand, only then you're going to start with the mocks. Don't ever do that. Okay, so start taking mocks right away, Bhumika, because mocks are going to actually guide you what to study and how to study. So Bhumika, I think you joined in a little late, so you missed out that part. But yes, I've repeated it for you. Okay, so Smrit, that is still something which is dicey, but I think you should be prepared for both. That's the best thing to do. Yeah, so strategy, I know this is kind of something which is unfortunate, that that clarity needs to be there. But of course, Smrit, right now the only answer which I can give you is please be prepared for both the situations. It can go either way, right? So Ibrahim, the suggestion which I can give you is, see, there is nothing like your math being bad or something. Why do you do not really well in math is because of the concepts not being clear. All right. So when the concepts are not clear, and the basic concepts are not clear, that is where you start making errors. So you can definitely start revising. And Ibrahim, the topics which are there in CAT are all school level topics, like times with distance, geometry, algebra, something which you have already done in school. Just start with the basic concepts. Okay, pick up a school book and start doing the basic concept. You can definitely visit our website also. There are short articles which are given there. You can go through them. And of course, if you enroll with us, we will be providing you with all the basics. Once the basics get clear, Ibrahim, you will come out of this problem. All right, it's just that there is some concept which is not clear in your mind. All right, anyone else has any other doubt? You can quickly write it in the chat. So Bhumika, that happens in the beginning. Okay, that happens in the beginning. Sprit, please don't let that happen to you, right? Because losing confidence is the worst thing that you can do to yourself when you're preparing for CAT. Okay, just keep telling yourself that I'm well prepared. Every day, repeat this to yourself, 10 times that you're well prepared, because there's nothing like being well prepared for CAT. Everything is so unpredictable. It's just that you need to have a very clear mind which can think. And when you start being in a panic, your mind stops thinking. So Smith, don't let that happen to you. I think I made it very clear in the questions which I took up today. You can definitely get a wrong answer if your mind is a little puzzled. And when you're not confident, when you're worried, when you're panicked, your mind will definitely be puzzled and you will do really, really bad then. Okay, so don't let that happen to you at all. Have that confidence. CAT is something which can be very easily managed only with a cool mind. Keep that in mind. Bhumika, coming back to your question, it's a very normal thing to happen. DILR is something which takes time. RC is another thing which will take some time for you to have a hold on it. So when you will attend live sessions with us, you will get a guidance on how to handle these kind of questions. Quant is something which is concept based, formula based, still easy to manage for people. When it comes to DILR, when it comes to RC, you don't even know how to proceed. So not being able to proceed itself is really bad. So that is what we discuss with you in the beginning sessions, that how do we proceed with such questions, right, Bhumika? So then you will be in a better place. So see, we are a team, so we keep teaching quant. Okay. Smrit, this specific question, I would recommend that you please inquire from the phone number which I gave you, right, Smrit? You can definitely find out from this contact number which I gave you. So Bhumika, I said we are a team, so we teach all the 3 sections. Of course, I'm going to be for there I teach DI and quant section. Okay, and no, Mitali doesn't really. it doesn't really affect that much. Okay. Just having a very basic, landmark there, which a specific college will ask for, is going to be enough for you. Right, Mitali? It doesn't really matter much. So Smith, did I answer your question? Please make a call at that number and then you can definitely get answer to your query, right? Anyone else has any other doubt? Doesn't matter, Mitali. It's a long old story. Not every college bothers about it. Okay. Doesn't really matter, Mitali. Now focus on the present, right? So focus on what you can improve here. So from a good student, Bhumika, what is expected is that you start studying now. Okay. So give yourself a final wake up call and just start studying. You haven't missed out anything. Okay. Don't put yourself in panic mode. You haven't missed out anything. Just start preparing. That's it. That's what is needed. Rest is all our job. Definitely, Sprit, it's going to work in your favor. Having a work-ex is always going to be favorable for you, right? Smith, did I miss out something? What? Okay, so there is a video counseling link which I'm sharing with you guys in the chat. Okay, so please go through this link, and all those who want a specific, kind of a counseling can get in touch with us through this link. So please note down the link which I'm sharing in the chat, right? Any further kind of counseling that you need specific to your needs, you can definitely get in touch with us. Have you all got the link in the chat? So Smith, yes, definitely. It's something which will work in your favor, and you shouldn't be dropping CAT preparation at all. And, having a work-ex is going to work too much in your favor. So what is it that is stopping you? Smith, do you want to unmute and ask me something? Okay. Anyone else has any other doubts? Okay, Smith, you can unmute now.
Hello. Yeah, ma'am.
Yes.
6 years of work-ex is something which MBA colleges do not go for, I think. So that's why I was asking.
It's not like that. It isn't like that. It's just a myth in your mind. It is not like that. Anyone can think of taking an MBA, whenever they feel like. So a lot of people do that quite at later ages. So in fact, it's clearly a myth in your mind, Smith. Not at all like that. Okay, so do not try to bring in these kind of stumbling blocks in your way. You can definitely do well, and I could see that in your performance in the class itself, that you are there. You are meant for CAT, so definitely you can take it up. So why block yourself with those kind of myths, right? And CAT will definitely give you an edge in your professional career. So why stop yourself from taking it up? Got it, Sprit? All right. Any further queries anyone else has? You can definitely check out that link which I shared in the chat. You can get a personalized video counseling from us so that you can be counseled for your further queries, right? So I am going to end the session here with all the very best to all of you. And do not forget to give yourself that final wake-up call, which is really needed if you are serious and you are really going to aspire for CAT'21 and you have made up your mind, then you definitely need to give yourself a good wake-up call today. All right. Stay safe, everyone. To you as well. Thank you, everyone. Good night and take care. All the very best. Thank you.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, Adesh.
Yes, ma'am. Please, special discount provide me, ma'am. I will join, ma'am.
Adesh, I have already told you that you can definitely call up at this number. Would you do that, Adesh? You can just call up at this number just right after the session, right? Have
Yes,
you noted down the
Thank you,
numbers? Yeah, please speak to the authorized person. All right. And he will be able to help you out. Right, Adesh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Good night. Take care.